guide. So where we left it in episode 1 was we'd just come to the tower. In episode 1, what did we do? We made our brand new character, which was our Titan. Here he is in all his glory. No. Brief breakdown of the menu screens and the character screen. I explained some of the gear. Obviously, we'll touch on this at a later date when we've actually got some gear to look at and to change around, see what it does. So, episode 2, here we are on the tower. Now, the tower is a social meeting point in Destiny. No actual combat will happen here, and you'll notice that our character's now in a third-person view. You come to the tower. You can friends can join up with you. You can obviously, if you got you can use the in-game chat, or if you got like the party chat or anything like that, you can talk to each other. Yeah, you can do silly things. You can wave. You can point at people. You can give a bit of a dance if that's what you think. And you'll come to the tower very often, more or less after every quest within reason. You'll gain quests from here. You will get bounties. You'll hand those bounties in for rewards, any loot, anything like that, in the form of what's called an engram. You'll bring here. I'll touch more on that in a minute. So basically, you'll spend a lot of your time on the tower. There's various different people to see, to meet, things to collect. And this is where you're going to spend lots of your well-earned glimmer and legendary marks, which are... wrong button. Yeah, I say that. Come on. Your glimmer, which is your currency, and your legendary marks, which is the second currency. And you have your silver, which is a third and new currency. This is gained through microtransactions. It's really it's not usable, and I shall show you what that is for in a minute. Right, so the tower's kind of split up into 4 main areas. You've got your main area here, where you spawn, which is this open ground bit here. Then you've got the tower to the left. You have the middle tower. And then you've got your tower to your right. So we'll have a quick exploration of the middle bit. Then we'll go to the left, probably. We'll go down the centre bit, then we'll go to the right. So what we got out in the foyer bit here. Right, so as you spawn here, you'll always spawn at this bit and you'll always be facing forward. So moving to your left over here, we have Tess Everett. Now you can come up to here, you can open her up, so to speak, and you have what's called emotes. Now these do nothing within reason. If I was to come to here, go to my character screen, and flip it down a block, and you've got your ship, you've got your emblem. I touched these on the episode 1, but here we are again, and we got the emotes. You can preview the emotes. So this is just a simple point, and these are mapped down to the directional keys on your pad. You can buy an emote to replace the point. You can have dances, silly things like this, and this is what Tess Everett will sell to you. Again, you'll gain 400 silver for free, and once that 400, each emote here, the blue ones will be 200. Sorry, the purple ones are 500. So you do have to buy the purple ones. That is with real money. So that one is down to you. And you can buy, yourself silly little dances. See the character doing the old the zombie dance there, which is quite funny. And you buy that, you pop that emote into this slot here. Obviously, tap your key. Instead of my character pointing, I'd be doing a silly dance right now. There are some quite amusing ones. Now I did buy these two. I used my free silver. And I have these 2 emotes here. And you also have the Carlton dance from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, if that's your thing. So if I go to here, as I got those 2 emotes, pop my emote into there. So now I'll do like a funny swing. You can preview it. Smack her out the park, so to speak. Tap that key on my button and... there we go, smacking her out the park. And you can mess around with the emotes. They do absolutely nothing, they're just there for show. But that's what Tess Everett will sell. Right, so there are some important ones in the foyer here. So you've got Tess Everett here. You've got the postmaster here. Now what the postmaster, you'll get certain rewards that will sometimes come to the postmaster for doing certain things, mainly from like the Destiny team, things like that. The main point of the postmaster is if you're out in a mission and you'll have these sort of like engrams, these little loot balls type things. They drop in different rarities for different colours, and they'll drop on the floor. If you forget to pick the higher ones up, so blue ones, purple ones and yellow ones, if such a thing happens, and you forget to pick them up, well, and then you leave that mission, they will go to your postmaster, and then you can pick them up afterward. So you haven't got to worry about losing high level loot, so to speak, because if you forget to pick it up, then it will go straight to the postmaster. The postmaster will have a symbol over its head, a bit like that green flash perping one down there, very similar to that, and it will be above the postmaster's head, so you know the postmaster's got something for you. So you can run up to the postmaster, you open them up. I've got nothing in here because say we haven't actually done anything yet, and they'll be in here, and you can collect all the things that they'll have in here, and they will mainly be engrams. Now on the subject of engrams, if we come over here to this chap over here, you'll have Master Raoul, the Cryptarch. Now these engrams, now you have to excuse, this is a Halloween, actually I will touch on this, this is a Halloween skin at this moment in time. The tower doesn't normally look like this, with all the decorations and the darkness and all the characters wearing strange cardboard hats. But Halloween at this moment in time, so everyone's celebrating. But the shape of his head, it's actually meant to be an engram. That's the shape that they are on the floor. It's an exotic one, but the looks of it is yellow, yes. But all the same, you'd open him up, you would have collected your loot and all this, and you're going to have them all in your inventory. You're going to come up to the Cryptarch, and you're going to hand them into the Cryptarch, and he's going to give you pieces of armour, weapons, anything that these little balls, are that they've dropped. I'll touch on this more when we've actually got some, and you can see what they are, what they look like. But this is basically where any loot that you're going to get, you're going to take it to him, and he's going to give you your reward for what that actually is. You'll get glimmer, you'll get XP, and whatever he's going to give you. You'll spend a lot of time with Master Raoul. He'll level up the quickest. Actually, on the subject of leveling up. So what happens is, you'll go out into the game, you'll play a quest, and you'll most likely get some form of engram drop at some point. Killing any enemy within the game can give you a small chance of dropping loot, basically. For every single one of these things that he decrypts for you, yes, this little bar here as a 0, which we haven't done anything yet, you get a small bit of XP for every single one that he will decrypt. Once you get him to level 1, so it'll go around this outside is a little level up bar, and it will fill up very slowly as you start to sort of give him more loot to decrypt. When it gets to that apex there, he'll reach level 1, and he'll give you like a package for leveling up to level 1. You'll get some materials out of it, maybe another engram. The more times you level him up, the more times you'll get rewards from him, and the higher level he gets, the more higher rewards that you can possibly get. It is still random, but you do get a chance of getting legendaries out of him sometimes, and various things like that. So that's always good. So every single engram you've got, don't just dismantle them. Always chuck them into him, even if it's just XP, and then you get to dismantle the item as well. But you spend a lot of time with Master Raoul. Right, so we've got Tess Everett over there in the little hut. You've got the postmaster. You've got Master Raoul. You spend a long time with him. Moving up here, we have Banshee 44, the gunsmith. So open him up again into his inventory. Now he'll sell you some various weapons. Say for the point of this, I'm not going to buy anything. I can't anyway, but I'm not going to. But you can buy grey, you can buy greens. The more you level up, the higher level stuff he will get, basically. You can buy some blues and greens off him, I think, as another point. He has a similar setup. You can level the gunsmith up again. Every level that you get on his little diamond here, so to speak. Get him to rank 1. Yeah, rank 2, rank 3, rank 4, rank 5. He'll give you a small package for leveling up each and every time. The gunsmith has a slightly different system, something to do on a weekly basis. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before, but the game has a reset date. So every Tuesday, all the certain missions in the game can only be done, or the rewards can only be won once a week. So you can play it multiple times, but you only get one main reward. So if you complete it, things like Nightfalls, We can't do that yet. We're not high enough level, so I can't really explain it properly until we can see it and we can do it. However, you can only get a nightfall reward once per week, and that will reset on a Tuesday. Wednesday is like the arms day. Now you got these weapons here. You can buy these with Glimmer, and then underneath there we have filled test weapons. Now you can see you don't buy these. You can just take them straight out, but you need to be level 38 to acquire them. So it's going to be, again, a long time since we can do anything like this. So what happened? You'd equip it. You'd go into the Crucible, which is the peak of that rocket launcher. Once you've leveled that little rocket launcher up, it won't take long, something like 10 kills probably. You'll get so much XP for researching that weapon. You can then dismantle the weapon or keep it if you so wish. They're not very useful, so most people just dismantle them. And for the XP that you'd get for doing that one weapon would then translate into leveling up your gunsmith here. Now you only get 5 of these a week from Wednesday to Wednesday. So every Wednesday you pick your weapons up, you level all 5 up, and then you can't get any more, another 5 until the next Wednesday. The thing with the gunsmith is if you get him to level 2, he will give you a quest for a legendary weapon. If you get him to level 3, he'll give you an exotic weapon quest. And then when you get him to rank 5, he'll give you a second exotic weapon quest. Now the first two, the legendary and the exotic weapon quests, are a specific weapon suited to only the Titan. So only the Titan can hold that weapon. And each player, so to speak, so the Warlock has 2 specific weapons, the Titan and then the Hunter. So depending what character you're on, depending what weapon sort of quest you'll get. Again, we'll move on to that one even when we get to the right level and we can show. So level up the gunsmith, your 5 weapons that you can have weekly. Very advised to do that. Leveling up the gunsmith can be very useful. You get 1 legendary weapon and 2 exotics guaranteed out of him, basically. But you got to do the quests to get them. And then underneath that, we got our miscellaneous. These are heavy weapon synths. So you would buy these. You're out on a mission. You run out of ammo, and you'd go into your inventory screen. You'd open up one of these boxes, and it will basically max out your ammo for that weapon type. The heavy weapon ammos are very useful to keep, but you'll burn through them pretty quick. So always keep a few of them on you. It is advised, but use them sparingly because they can be quite pricey. You got the special weapons, which is for your shotguns, your sniper rifles, and your sidearms. It's advisable to keep these on you, but as I say, enemies will drop them most of the time, so it's one of those things. And my daughter, what? Okay, sit down. And then you've got your grey ones, which is your normal weapons. I've never personally used one of these in my life, because the game does have a system that if you run out of ammo, if you wait a couple of seconds or you wait a period of time, all your ammo will actually come back to you, at least normal and special. So you don't really need to use these, they're just there for gimmicks, I think, more than anything. And then you got your other 3 here. You got heavy weapons, special, and you got primary telemetry. Now, these weapons, when you first get them, are like sort of, you could say all the actually, let me show you. So we have got a weapon here. This Preacher, you got this grey bar here. This just says it's kinetic damage. All green weapons, blue weapons, and anything else will have sort of stats and attachments and things like this, and the things that will make the shotgun better, basically. And they'll run along in a circle, in a line down here. You have to level up the weapons. You have to use the weapon, get kills with them, and it will slowly level up the bars. Well, to do this quicker, and so that you can level up a weapon much quicker, you will buy these telemetries here, and they'll be active for 30 minutes. You pop one, you go out, you start killing things, and it'll like double, more or less, the XP that you get, and you can level up weapons much quicker. Right, so that's the gunsmith. Right, so we've got the cryptarch down there, you've got the gunsmith there, you have got Tess Everett in a little hut there, you got the postmaster, and then if we run up here, we've got Xander 99/40 bounty tracker. Now you'll come to this one quite a lot as well. Now these will change daily. You can't see any yet because we're not high enough. We're not level enough for it yet, unfortunately. What will happen is you'll get 6 Crucible bounties, things that can be done inside the Crucible, and you'll get 6 a day. They'll give you XP, engrams, and various little things for completing them. And there'll be things like melee, 5 Guardians in Crucible. Simple enough, you just read the description, you walk into Crucible, you'll melee 5 enemies, and you will complete the bounty. You hand that bounty in, and then you'll get XP for all the stuff that you've got equipped, your main level. You'll get engrams sometimes, or sometimes just the XP. We can't see them, so I can't properly show them to you yet. And you also get 6 what's called Vanguard bounties as well. Again, these happen daily, so you can do 6 a day, and then the next day you'll have 6 more, then it just carries on like that. And the Vanguard ones will be the ones for the single player, so to speak. So you'll get things like, I don't know, kill 50 Fallen, which is the enemy that we faced in the first mission when we were running away. Kill 50 of them. Again, you'll complete the bounty and you'll get rewards. Very advisable to do the bounties every single day because you do get a lot of XP from them, and you can get engrams and various materials from them, and it's very, very useful. So we've got our bounty tracker there. You've got Cryptarch over there. You have your armourer over there, Banshee. You've got Tess Everett here for your emotes. You've got the Postmaster for any lost engrams that you may forget to pick up. And what are we missing? The vaults. Aha, yes. These 3 tall pillars here. They've got a point on each side, so there's 3 on each side. What you can do is you can walk up to one of these. Now let's say you are collecting stuff out in the game, obviously. Now these are exotics. As I said before, I've already got 2 characters in Destiny. And the vaults are what is used to share gear between the characters, and just to store gear in general, basically. So you've got something you want to keep, maybe for another character, something like that, you pop it into the vault, you can log on to another character and access it. So you can see some of the stuff that I've already got in here. The purple ones are legendaries, the yellow ones, or the gold ones, are exotics. These are the hardest weapons to achieve, and it splits it up into groups. So this is my vault page for any weapons I may have in my vault. Slide over to the armor. This will be armor, and slide it over to general, and this will be sort of these will be consumables or anything like that you can find within the game. Various things. We will touch on these if and when we get them in our game on our own character. We'll read the descriptions and sort of learn what they are. Oh dear. So anything that you want to keep, basically you'll pop into your vault and then you can access it at a later date. If you've got something like the Destiny Companion app, you can also use the Companion app on your phone, tablet, anything like that, and you can transfer gear through the vault system to multiple characters. So you don't actually have to theoretically come to the vault to do it this way. You can use the app, which is quite useful, and I do it quite a lot. So that's the foyer bit at the front. Sort of all the important bits really that you need. So you can spawn quickly, you can run in, you can grab your bounties, you can grab your postmaster, you can decrypt whatever you need to do with your loot, and then obviously you can disappear and go away and start, get back out into the universe. I think this is the first time we've been to the tower before, so there'll be people to speak, things to do, quests to receive, and you'll come out into this open bit here. Now this one is a very small area, so we go to our right and around the corner here. You will see Evil Levante. Wearing another silly little hat. Open her up, and we will just leave that for a minute. So, Guardian Outfitter. If I hover my thing over here, you can see my name, my light level, and you can change your emblems. You can buy these with Glimmer. She changes every, I think, every 20 hours, something like that. So it basically changes every day, I would probably guess. So the stock will change around, it will change from daily, and you can buy these emblems, completely cosmetic. If you don't like the one you've got, you can change them around. Some of them do take Malts of Light. These Malts of Lights can be obtained through decrypting blue engrams and doing quests and finding them through bounties. Again, we'll find these at a later date, and you can see where they come from. So you can see which ones you can buy if you like it. You simply just tap acquire. It will pop up there to say that you've got it. I could then come down here, go into my, so you'd open up your, sorry, going a bit fast on myself here. So you'd open up your character. This is your character screen here. This is the screen it will always open up first. You'd tap your arrow. You'd come into here, and you can see the emblems that you've got in your inventory, and these would all be full if you'd fill them up. And then you can tap them between, see which one you like. And if you don't like it, hover your key over it, holding your square key, and it'll dismantle it. But now that I've bought that emblem, it's always mine. I don't have to buy that emblem again. So you've dismantled an emblem that you like, and you want it back. So instead of going to Eva Levante, you'd come back here, and you'd come to this blue sort of pad screen on the wall here. You'd open it up, and you can see, hang on, that's the wrong one. You'd come to the emblem one, and you can see all the emblems in the game. So you can flip between screens, there's 4 screens. You can see all the emblems. Now these are shared between characters again, so some of these I would have attained on other characters. My wolf one, I used to quite like my wolf one. The rook, various things like this. Some of these are attained through doing specific things, like very hard raids, missions, achieving one particular goal. Some are from events, some are from Crucible. You know, you gain them all over the place. But once you've collected it and it's in here and it's lit up, I can go in and I can just simply acquire that. I can just press X, it'll go straight into my inventory and it'll be mine again. I could delete it, go back in and get it again, delete it, get back and get it again. You know, you could keep doing it over and over and over again. If you're a collector, then obviously, you know, collecting all these will take you quite a while. So, you know, it's an interesting little thing to do if you like to collect the full set. I can't say I've paid too much attention to it personally myself, but I'll probably get around to collect them all at one point or another in my life. Going back to Eva Levante for 2 seconds. So, no, we don't want that. So, you've got your emblems here. Moving on to the bottom, you've got shaders. Now, if I press triangle to preview this, you can actually change the colour of your armour, called shaders. Again, so you can have multiple different shaders. There's absolutely loads to collect, and you can change the colour. So let's be purple. Why not? Let's be purple. Not entirely sure if my Guardian looks good in purple, but you can be if you wanted to. So what would happen again, similar with the engrams, once you have a shader, it is yours. And you can go into the screen, which I'll show you in a second. But you'd come down to the bottom here, and it's locked. We can't change our shader at the minute. But it happens in the same way as the emblem bit here. So you'd have a shader in here, you'd have 9 free spots here. You can keep some on you if you like to change around, or you can delete them and they will disappear into your storage. So change the shader, change your colour. You'll see some interesting colour schemes on Guardians as you progress through the game. But coming to the shader one here, you'd open it up, and again, all the shaders that you've collected from doing certain things, fractions, you know, we'll collect some more of these as we go along, as we do the missions, and we'll find them. They drop randomly. You can buy some of them from specific characters, or they'll drop randomly for doing certain missions or loots, things like that. And you know, you can see your colours. You can God of War, it's an interesting one. You know, we can be red, multiple different colours. Again, purely cosmetic. Doesn't do anything. It's just cosmetic. That's Eva Levante. Then obviously this is the door that we came in. So to your right is Eva. We could carry straight on down here. Now there's nothing here. These are all just general characters. You can't do much with them. They don't do anything. They just walk around for scenery. A few times, especially for the single story missions. So you know, we will be back here again. You have the speaker up. He doesn't really do anything. He does sell a few items, some cloaks, some class items. That one's quite nice actually. Strength of the pack. Come back for that one at a later date. They're cloaks, however, we can only the hunters can have them. That would be our one. Would be the Titan mark, and that's what a proper Titan mark would look like. You know, it comes out the side there. You can't see our one yet because our one is just a starter one, so to speak. Again, these all change in pattern, colour, shape. You'd find the patterns and ones that you like, and you'd stick with them. But some of them do give you sort of bonuses: increased intelligence, auto rifles, fusion, So, but we'll touch on this more when we actually have the gear on our character to actually look at. He's just a simple come in, buy stuff. And you know, you'll speak to him. You won't really do much with him, to be fair, but he is there. Moving down here. Now, one thing I have not touched on, there's 3 of these on the tower. There's this area here. And we have this guy here. The new monarchy. There's 3, how would I say it? There's 3 of these fractions, that's the one I'm looking for. 3 fractions on the tower here. And you can what's the... Oh my god, my words. Oh, my words today. You can accept allegiance to them, to all 3 of these on the tower. Now, you can only do it 1 per character. You can accept allegiance to 1 and then change your mind, cancel it, and go back. I think you can do that like once a week. There is a limit to it. But let's say I accepted allegiance, so I would essentially work for them within reason. That would happen is I would go out, I'd do some quests, I'd do some bounties, and I would earn reputation for this faction. And this, again, this little diamond here bar would level up. I'd get them to level 1, and then I'd better access this stuff in rank 1 here, which would be Titan Mark, some leg armor, gauntlets. Again, these change around a little bit every day. I'd get them to rank 2, and I'd have access to the helmet here and the chest piece. I'd get them to rank 3, and I'd then have access to the weapons. The weapons will change around a little bit, but not too much. And these are new monarchy weapons that can only be obtained through him, basically. But you have to, plead? That's completely the wrong word. You'd have to accept allegiance. You'd carry this little badge around with you to say, I support new monarchy. And then you'd level them up, you'd get the weapons. Some of the weapons are not half bad. Can't say I'm too fond of new monarchy. But simple, you accept allegiance, you level them up, and then you would gain other ranks. We will do this with one of them on the tower. I'll show you where the other 2 are, but I'm not too fond of new monarchy. I don't like the colour scheme and all the weapons with all that. So that's everything in that side there. So we would come back out of here, a little run around the corner, and we're back out in the open bit here where you'd spawn in. So if we were to have spawned directly in, and we could run down here, you can come down these steps, around the corner, and you have got another character here. Now, she does more with the new Taken King, so we won't see a great deal of her. But we will speak to her from time to time. Again, a similar system to like the rest of them. You would do missions and certain things for her around certain things, and you'll gain experience points for her. And I say we haven't done anything, so she's level 0. Her bar would slowly start to fill up. Once we get to level 1, we'd have access to... you don't get access to anything at level 1. So you'd have to get to level 2 minimum. And then you can have certain things from her. Rank 3, again, heavy weapon simps, same from the armourer. Rank 4, and you're going to get certain Titan marks which are exclusive to her. So you can only get these 3 from her. Rank 5, and you'll get some consumables and things here. We won't touch on this at this moment in time because Taken King is a long way from us. We're going to play through all the original storyline first and through the 2 new DLCs and then into Taken King. So it'll be a while till we interact with her, really. But she is here. You do accept some missions from her, so we will see her and speak to her at certain points. But we will back for you at a later date. Moving on in and down to our right, we've got Lord Shax. Now this is the person you want to speak to if you like Crucible, which would be PvP. You'll speak to this guy probably quite often. Again, a similar system. You need to level the character up to have access to the stuff that he's going to sell you. But you gain this experience points through playing in the Crucible, basically. So every Crucible match that you play, doesn't matter which one you play, just as long as you play online, PvP against other Guardians, other people, you will gain so much experience points for winning. I do believe you get some for losing, but not a great deal. And you'll level him up, 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll give you a small package for leveling up each time. And then you get to rank 1, rank 2, rank 3. You get some helmets there, you get some chest pieces, you got some ghost shells. And then you got your Titan marks and some leg armors and stuff like that. Now this guy over here is connected to the same system, so they will always be the same level, the Crucible, Quartermaster and Lord Shaxx, but he sells you the armour and the pieces like this, and this chap over here will sell you some sparrows. We'll talk about them once we actually have our own sparrow and you can see it. And then you get the Crucible weapons here again, so you'd level them up. Actually there's no level to that, you'd need to be the correct level to have the weapon and the correct amount of money, basically, and you could have the Crucible weapons. You don't have to use them specifically in Crucible, but these weapons have stats that are possibly more for killing Guardians than they are PvE, so to speak, but they're still good weapons. I do like some of these weapons. The next big thing shotgun there is a personal favourite of mine. But that's the two PvP people to speak to. Now you will come in this room quite a lot. So essentially each main character, the Warlock, the Hunter and the Titan, have their own mentor, so to speak, within the game. So you have Cora Ray, which is the Warlock. So if you were a Warlock, you'd speak to her more often than none. If you were a Hunter, you'd speak to Cade more times than none. You can accept certain missions from these two, but mainly we'll be speaking to Commander Zavara down over here. So he's a Titan, so we're a young Titan, so to speak, so we're speaking to him. We're going to come to him, we're going to accept our missions, he's going to give us most of our earlier quests, and we will complete them for him. Some quests will complete automatically and move on to the next quests. Others will ask for you to come back to him, which he will give you a reward and XP for doing certain quests. So we'll be in this room quite a lot speaking to him. But we won't accept any quests for this moment of time. So that's everything in here. So we're gonna come back out, pop out of here. We're gonna pop back up the stairs. So obviously we've done the tower to the left, we've done the centre tower, and we've done the courtyard. The tower isn't too big, sort of once you know where everything is. So as you spawn in that little grassy area down here, this is your right hand side, you'd come into the tower, you'd follow it around. We need to get some armour on this guy. He doesn't look right with like none of the normal armour. So here we are into the hangar. This bit's just something to look at, basically. You can get down there, but yeah, we'll leave that one for another day. It's a bit of a glitch. You shouldn't be able to get down there, so we won't worry about that. You can see it, obviously. Here we come down here. You can stand here and watch the ships fly in from time to time, if that's your thing. And we're going to come to here on your right hand side. And the first person to your right is a Vanguard Quartermaster. Very similar to the Crucible Quartermaster. It's alright, it's my 2 minutes. What? What's wrong? Okay, go. My little girl's staring at me. I think she's broken a toy, that's typical. Anyway, Vanguard Quartermaster. So, similar system to the Crucible. You have to level them up, but you'd gain Vanguard Quartermaster points for doing various quests. You get them for more or less doing most things. And you'd level this character up, and then once you've leveled them up to 1, 2, 3 again, similar system, you get a package for leveling them up, and you can buy Vanguard weapons, and okay, strange. You can get some vehicles, and at the bottom here. Now the game does have materials that you need to use to level up certain weapons, materials, things like that. Your gear. You can collect these in like the game, so to speak. You can go out and farm them to a degree, or you can be lazy and you can buy them with legendary marks. I will show you where you can get these. What planets you'd need to go to. Some of them aren't open to us yet because this is a brand new character. But you will see these materials come in at a later date. We will touch on this more when we need to use them. We can go to places, we can show you where to farm them, and then you can, if you really want to be lazy, so to speak, which would be these purple ones up here, and you're going to get yourself 10 legendary marks, and get yourself 20 pieces of that one material. That goes into your inventory, and it's there until you need it. But that's the Vanguard Quartermaster. Now, there's a little spot. There's nothing down here, so to speak, apart from, yes, that's the one, your emotes. So again, similar like the shaders and the emblems, once you've bought or once you've collected multiple emotes, they're all gonna come down into here. So you can only carry 9 on your, well, 10 theoretically, 1 active and then 9 sort of to the side that you can change around. Obviously, there's more than 10 there, so once you've got them, they're going to come down to here, and they're going to be, these are specific for each character. So theoretically speaking, I have no emotes on this character yet. I'm not going to be buying any of the emotes, I don't think. I mean, they look good, yes, they are quite funny, but purely cosmetic, nothing more. If that's your thing, then that's your thing. I might maybe invest in 1 or 2 in the future, but not for now. Oh, I do quite like the slow clap one. That is quite amusing. That was just great. That was really, really great. There's nothing in here. Just some characters sitting down, bits and pieces hanging around. Although you could, if you truly want to, have a bit of a boogie. Oh, wrong button. Come on. He's going to dance in a minute, thank you. You can have a bit of a boogie if you wanted. Don't really know why. Although I've got a video clip of multiple, about I think 6 of my friends down here with us all dancing around this point for some silly reason. Someone else is dancing as well, actually. Can't see you. Oh well, all the same. Yeah. Music turns off, you start off again. Oh dear, for a silly little thing on the tower. Popping back up the stairs. So obviously this is where you come in. So you're going to come down here. So to your right is your Vanguard Quartermaster. Now, just like that new monarchy fraction, on the opposite side of the tower, you have another one here. Gerald. Now he's dead orbit. Well, we won't accept allegiance to you yet, so to speak. Again, similar system. You'd plead. Oh my god, stop saying that. You'd accept reputation. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to get my words out right in a minute. They're going to come out correctly. Ah, dear. You're going to Elise. Oh my god. You're going to support dead. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to support. You're going to support it. You're going to come in. You're going to get that emblem there. Oh dear, my words. And then every time that you do something for Dead Orbit, you're going to do missions, you're going to do quests. You're going to get a small bit of a sort of XP for Dead Orbit. You level them up. Rank 1, rank 2, rank 3. For rank 1, you're going to get your armor pieces. Rank 2, your armor and your helmet. And rank 3, you're going to have your weapons. You can kit yourself out fully in Dead Orbit gear, you know, with a badge and everything if you truly wanted to. Again, you can only do this once per character, so to speak. So you can only, if I'm allianced to them, I can't be for the other 2. So I'd have to, you know, cancel it, go accept allegiance to someone else, do all their bits, get their armors. I don't mind Dead Orbit, but I do prefer the one I'm about to show you, which is just called the Future War Cult. These two are very close together. So from him, you'd just come up these stairs. You'd come up here. And this is the Future War Cult. Again, these are just preference. I mean, all the weapons are very similar. They all run in the same way. You accept allegiance to one of them, and then you go away, and they sort of tie in with your missions and stuff. You gain a small bit of XP for them. If you like the look, basically. And if it loads, you can see the chest pieces, you know, with the Future War, leveling them up. Some of the factions do have specific quests, and if you can level them up to about level 25, I go with one. I say stick with it, because at a later date they do give you some good stuff. So you've got the 2 fractions there. You've got the Vanguard Quartermaster at the bottom, and then to the right here you have got Amanda Holiday. Again, you can open her up. Now this is very similar to the emblems and the shaders again. So you can come here, these will change around, say 19 days, 19 hours. You can buy ships. Now these ships are for the loading screens. I don't think I've showed you the loading screen yet, but when you're flying into a mission or that, you'll be in a ship, basically. The ship you saw that we loot in the first mission. You can change the skin for that ship, basically, so they can look completely different. Again, purely cosmetic, they don't actually do anything. And there's loads to collect. These are just some of the sort of common ships They're easy enough to collect. There are some rare ones for doing certain raids, things like that, some very hard ones. You can show them off, so to speak, look me, I've done this really hard quest, I've got this specific ship, things like this. And the sparrows here, you use these to fly around on some of the patrol missions where you can fly around and do what you like. The maps are big, so they give you like a thing to jump onto. We haven't got it yet, I haven't showed you it, but once I can show it to you, you'll see what it is. And again, it's purely cosmetic, it's just travel quicker basically. But you can travel, you can collect the ships and the sparrows. You can go into your little sort of inventory screen here, so to speak, on the tower. Again, these are shared between multiple characters. You can see the ones I've already collected from my other characters. So this is one of my favourite ships for completing a raid from year 1. So that's again, not a raid. Prison of Elders. I will show you that one in the future. These are new ships for year 2. Yeah, so you can see some of the older ones, the ones that are lit up that I've collected. And you've got 3 pages worth of ships of things to collect, basically. So there's quite a few to collect. This is the one that we got from the first mission, the little old Arcadia. This is what our ship looks like now. So on the loading screens when we're flying into new missions, this is what you'll see, is this ship here. Multiple ones that you can collect. Again, you can have a ship in your inventory. So you would access your character screen. You'd go to your equipment, arrow, and your ship sits here. Again, 1 in the slot, 9 spare. If you wanted to keep swapping the ships around, you could delete that ship from there. I could even delete that Arcadia. If I had 2 ships, I could swap them around, delete it, and then I could come back into my screen and go, you know what, I actually want my little Arcadia ship back. So I'd put that back into my inventory and my ship's back. So once you've got it, it's yours to keep. You can't lose it, so to speak. And so you've got the 2 fractions, you've got Amanda Holiday, and then you've got the Vanguard Commerce. So that's everything on the tower, more or less. When someone has got something special to do with them, when they've got a quest to accept or hand in, and you've got something specific for that character to do, they will pop up with a girl's talking to me now. That little symbol in front of you there, the green and the purple one. Okay. You will see a symbol there. Okay, my girl's gonna moan at me. Okay, girlie, okay. For 2 minutes, I'm just gonna keep my daughter quiet for 2 seconds. Don't try to stream when you have kids. Rule number 1. Always forget rule number 1. Anyway, so we can see that Zavala, I believe it is, yes, our Vanguard. Our Vanguard master here, so to speak. We have something to do with him. So we'd open up, and it'll pop up right at the bottom here. There you go, a Titan Riser. So this is like the first quest to accept, so to speak. Beat Tsar, so we press continue. It's going to pop up. It's going to give us a piece of armour. It's going to pop up. We've got some glimmer. We've got a piece of armour. And then we've got a mission to do. Something to do. Reach level 4. Oh, we got multiple different missions. So equip a piece of armour. So that piece of armour that he's just given us, we've got a mission to equip that basically. So now we're going to get a little gaming tutorial. So you are going to cancel out here. You're going to press your options screen. Here's our character with our weapons and our armour. Again, obviously, blue box is obvious enough. You have 2 pieces. So you just tap on the one that you want, and it will swap them around, and we've completed a mission, theoretically. So you can see the defense ratings between the 2. So that one was 5, that one was 18. So obviously, for the purpose, it's not always about the stats. Sometimes some of the pieces of armor will give you a certain ability, maybe sometimes. So you do have to read them sometimes. But for the white ones and the green ones, doesn't matter too much really. You'll see that our light level in the top right at the 5 will jump to a 6. I say that because obviously this piece of weapon is higher, so it ups our defense a little bit. So if we wanted to, if you hold in the square, you can dismantle it. it'll give us some XP again, some glimmer, some money. That piece is gone, and we've now got a higher piece in our inventory there. Come out of here, and see that little purple square. Now the armourer wants to speak to us, and this is how it will go around on the tower. You know, we'll have to go around and do various things. A bit of running on forward, backwards and forwards on each other sometimes. Because this is a brand new character, there's things to do, loads of quests to be accepted. So we'll run out here, we'll see what these... I believe he gives you a weapon to start off with. Open him up. Request a new weapon. So, yes, you've got your hand cannons here. Your scout rifles, which is a single shot rifle. Your hand cannons, which is again a single shot revolver, more or less, basically. Very powerful and short range. Scout rifles are more for long range. You've got your pulse rifle, which is a 3-burst rifle, basically, sort of medium to long range. They can be quite good. Pulse rifles are very good in PvP. And then you've got auto rifles, which is a no hard bolt. Yeah, get your words out, Carl. Pull the trigger, it'll empty the whole entire magazine in one go. You know, auto rifles can be good, but they're low damage, high fire. Now, I'm very fond of my pulse rifles, my scout rifles, and my hand cannons. But I think we'll go with a scout rifle to start off with. Why not? And again, it's going to show us how to equip it. Pass option screen, info character screen again. You can see the little weapon that we picked up in the first one. Here it is. When I click on our scout rifle, it'll equip that, and we now have a new rifle. Again, I can keep that in my screen here. I can go pop that in my vault if I wanted to now, or we can collect multiple ones, and you can see the stats between them, and then you can dismantle them, keep them, or do whatever you like as you see fit. Now, if I was to come over into here and hold in my right analog stick, my shoulder key at the bottom. So this is the weapon I've got equipped, and this is the weapon, say I was looking at equipping, but I don't know the stats between the two, and you sit in, you're going to sort of like try sliding between the two to see the bars. If you go onto the gun that you want to equip, and you hold in the shoulder key, and you will see the difference between the two. So you can see that the auto rifle on the left hand side has got a high fire rate, but the impact is way down, the range is stupidly down, the stability, sort of like the recoil that you're going to get when you're firing it basically, is down, and the reload speed is slightly slower. But you can see that the weapon magazine is higher, and you can look between the stats between the two, see which one you like. Obviously I'm going to go with the scout rifle, higher damage, higher attack and everything else, so I like my scout rifles. But don't knock this little auto rifle. It's actually not bad. I actually still have my first one in my inventory because I like to mess around with it from time to time. So we've got a scout rifle, we've got a shotgun, and when we get a heavy weapon, be a rocket launcher or a light machine gun of some description, that slot will open up and we'll get to pop it in there. So I believe what we got now. That little diamond means that someone wants to speak to us in the next area, but you have to go into the next area to see who wants to speak to you. And it'll light up as you get a bit closer to it. So you see a little flashing diamond. So we're gonna come down to here. All the kids were so quiet when I started this, and now I've started streaming and now they're all woken up. Obviously, so she has a Halloween quest. I'm not going to worry about that at this moment in time. Oh, yeah, the diamond was for her. Okay. Silly me. I forgot about her. So we'll ignore her. We'll go back, follow the diamond again, search for the diamond, and we have to go to the other side. And I should probably think we'll have to go see Amanda Holiday, the one that sorts out your ships and your sparrows. So we'll come down here, follow the diamond. Just as you get close to the diamond, it disappears from you. You can never catch the diamond. Yep, it's Amanda. So, green flashing box means she wants something to say or to do. Come up, pop to her, open her up.
What do you need tonight?
Retrieve your ship, claim your ship. We have that ship. And say, because we just started off, this is going to send us to and fro back on each other a little bit to start off with. But again, we've claimed the ship, it's now ours, theoretically. So we're going to run back here again. Tell ya, I can see why these guardians are so thin. There's so much running. Keep running. Once you've done all these little bits, you'll jump onto the tower, you'll hand in a couple of quests, you'll do something, grab your bounties for the day, and then, disappear off quickly. And or if you're going to meet friends up here, it's a good meeting point to group up with friends, get into a group, and then you're going to disappear off to go do something, hard mission or something like that. Come down here, I'll see. And Zavala wants to speak to us again. You're going to give us a mission? Really? We were just there. Okay. So we're going to accept that one. Nope, we're now level 3. Yep, so things are going to start popping. So now that we've leveled up, if we open up our character screen, there's our character screen. You can't level up white weapons, they have nothing to upgrade, so their effects essentially maxed out the minute you get them. We will not be in these things for long, so don't worry about that. So here's our subclass for our striker. So, as I said before, the Titan subclass for the striker is once you activate the super, you'll activate the super with the 2 shoulder keys. Oh, pardon me, frog in the throat. You're going to smash the floor. It will create like a wave around you. Anything in the radius of you will be killed. So here's our striker. So we're going to open this up. We're going to press triangle, and that you can see that one bar has been lit up, and the next one has started to level up ever so slightly. So lift, jump up, activate the lift. So we can now jump much higher than what we normally could. We can't do it on the tower, unfortunately, but when we get into a mission, we'll be able to jump up a little bit to get over certain obstacles, walls, things like that. And then we'll go to the right, the Fist of Havoc. This is our super. So once we've leveled this up, we'll be able to activate our super for the first time. This will be our melee abilities, so you can sort of change your melee abilities a little bit. And then these 4 here in the corner, this section here, so to speak, is all about your abilities that will up your recovery, your ability, your armor. We'll level it up and our character will get stronger, be able to take more damage or be able to recover from damage quicker, or just generally better move quicker and sort of jump around. So we're level 3 and we've started on our striker subclass. So now we do actually have a mission, so we'll go to the mission screen and we can see. So you can open up this, and here's your character screen, obviously, your weapons. We've spent a little bit of time here now. Your light level, your armor, your subclass, your weapons, and your light level. Then, so if I move to my left, you can open up your quests. Now every single quest that you get will pop up into here. You get pages of these at one point or another, and so you can hover your key over one. Restoration, a warp drive to slowing around again. Spent years searching for a guardian to work with. So good luck charm. So that's something that your ghost has sent you, basically a message. So return to the Cosmodome, which is where we were in the first mission to run away, but now we actually have some weapons and stuff. And you need to search for some parts for the ship. So that's our first mission, more or less. Let's go back, get some bits for our ship, and we'll have some fun with that. But I think we'll leave that for part 3, where we actually start going away and we'll start doing the missions. We'll start getting into it a bit and really start to get through. Little girl's laughing away to herself, bless her. And we have second mission. Reach level 4. So we'll complete that when we reach level 4. That will automatically complete itself, so to speak. And I did touch on the bounties a little bit earlier. So obviously, once we hit level 4, we'll be able to accept some bounties from the bounty track here. So you go to him, you'd accept your bounties. You'd open up your quest screen here. You'd go to your quests. You'd go to your bounties, and they're all going to pop up down here. You can carry 16 at a time, and they're going to pop up a bit like this. So you'll see a little symbol, and it'll have like a title, and you'll hover your button over it, and it will tell you what you need to do. Melee, 10 enemies, throw some grenades, shoot them in the head. There's a whole manner of different things that can be completed. They're quick, they're simple, they're not tricky really. They're just little things to gain you extra XP, weapons, engrams, things like that. So again, once we get level 4, we'll get some bounties and we'll start completing them. We'll start leveling up a bit quicker. There's times when you'll have 16 bounties here. you'll complete all 16 of them. It is possible, and you'll sit there and you'll cash them all in and just watch the rewards fly in. It's quite entertaining. So that is everything on the tower. Obviously, that's Eva Levante, the Halloween quest thing. We're not going to worry about that. And that's everything we need to do. So we could go away and do our first mission. So now that we're on the tower, we want to get off the tower. So I don't know what this is for an Xbox. I really don't, unfortunately. But for the PS4, you'd tap your middle button in the middle of your PS4 controller, and it will bring up your ghosts. Stop. You're going to bring up your ghost. You can see I'm holding it in my hand there. And you'll see in the bottom left to say go to orbit, the triangle key. So you're holding your triangle key and give it a second and we will disappear. Again, it will load up onto what's called the director. This will be the map screen. This is where we can see what we need to do, where we need to go, travel between different planets if and when that becomes, when that becomes possible. So you can see my ship. Here, I'll see. You can change this as a skin. We'll collect some more ships in the future. We'll change it. as fun as it is to have the first ship, it does look strange. So we want to go somewhere. We want to do something. So we're going to go to set destination, and we'll come up with this. Now you can't see a great deal as brand new character. You're only going to see little bits. So this is the tower. So if I wanted to go back to where we just were, I'd tap onto this. And then I would say launch. It would take us back to the tower. We could do, go get some missions, do whatever, hand stuff in. But we don't want to go to the tower. You got your crucible. This is where you would go if you wanted to play online. We can't get into here yet, so we can't get into here yet at this moment in time. Rule number 1: do not stream with kids. Sorry about that. And then at the bottom, this is where we're going to start our first missions, Earth. So we can tap on this, we can see the first mission here. Someone's going to be going to bed in a minute, I think. You're going to see your first mission here, it's got the little symbol here. This means we've got something to do. But there is another way of finding out where you need to go. So you can open up your options screen, even when you're in the... Oh my god. I think my little girl's having a tantrum. Right. Right. So we're going to go to our mission here. We're going to go to our quests. So this is what we want to do. It's our first mission. And you'll notice in the bottom of that little box it says track, details and abandon. So if I want to track this mission so I know exactly where I need to go, because there will be a point where you'll have multiple different quests and there'll be flashing boxes all over the place and you'll be wondering, well, where do I go? What do I do? So you can go to the quest that you want to do. You tap X and you'll see this little symbol pop over on the top right. Means we're tracking this now, we know where we need to go. So if I pop out of here, I'm going to go set destination, and you'll see now that that symbol has now popped up at the bottom. So I know where I need to go now. So I'm going to tap on Earth, divide, little symbol there. So this is where we need to go. This is that mission that I've just accepted, and we can go do it. So, I tap on this, we can see what it's going to reward us, so just going to give us some XP. We can see, now this will change to your light level. So say if this was like level 40 mission and we're only level 3, this is going to pop up with red and it's basically going to say you're not a high enough level to do it, go get some better gear. So the game will tell you if and when you're trying to do something too hard. It will tell you if it's going to be hard for you but you could still achieve it, but it will block you from getting into things that are way above your level and you won't be able to do it. You will see that at one point or another, but say once you hit level 40, then that will disappear. And we will go into Earth. We'll start doing our missions. We'll do our story missions for Earth, and then we'll progress through there, and we'll really start getting into it. So I hope you enjoyed episode 2. If you like what you see, anything like that, please give us a like and a sub. It'd be much appreciated. I'm going to leave it there. So have a good day, and I'll see you in episode 3.